Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Timothy here with Mana Rocks. So, unfortunately, the Theros queues are down. Don't know when I'll ever be able to play Theros again, but thankfully today we have the Legacy Cube in its spot. Legacy Cube is a lot like Vintage Cube, with a couple exceptions. First off, there's no Power 9. The power level is significantly lower. This is closer to something like a modern cube. And second, there is not a lot of mana acceleration. You can notice just by looking at this pack, there are no signets or anything along those lines. The archetypes are pretty straightforward. My favorite archetype is mono black, but there's not really a good pick for that here. Basically, you're looking for something like creatures, removal spells, and planeswalkers. That's kind of where you go. Well, Thirst for Knowledge is not a bad pick. Blue is usually the best color in these cubes, but Elesh Norn's also a very sweet way to start a draft. If I end up like Reanimator or something like that, it could pan out quite well. And I do like Reanimator in these cubes. Goblin Guide if you feel like being the fun police. Mono red is a lot better in this version of the cube than it is in, say, Vintage Cube. Vintage Cube just has too many broken combos for a lot of people to be able to deal with, whereas the Legacy Cube, which is the one we're playing, there are ways to deal with things. So, Rekindling Phoenix and Tetsamok are new to the cube. That's pretty nice. These are both extremely powerful limited cards. Tetsamok seems actually pretty interesting. It's not a good reanimator target. I'm kind of on the Live and Death fan club. I do like this card a lot, but you need things like Buried Alive to make it really good. And it's really bad if you end up playing against other decks with Reanimator. To go with Elesh Norn, I could play a very controlling game. Look to pick up, say, Terminus here, maybe even Recruiter of the Guard if I think I'm going to be a weenie deck and use Elesh Norn as like my finisher. Might be interesting enough to like just try out Tetsamok, although Tetsamok's pretty bad against control heavy decks that have a lot of planeswalkers. So I'm leaning towards either the Live and Death Terminus or the Recruiter. I think I'm just going to take Live and Death. I really like Reanimator strategies if I can pick them up. There's not as much really good discard in this set, which is something to note. Here, what planeswalkers? Ooh, Nicol Bolas. This is not the Nicol Bolas I like, even though it's still good. Don't get me wrong, it's just fine. What we could take here, Bomat Courier is a way to discard my hand, but that's not quite what I want to be doing. There's also Angel of Invention. Settle the Wreckage seems new here. I don't know actually if this was in the Legacy Cube last time or not. And there's also Avacyn's Pilgrim, which is good with Elesh Norn, but not particularly good with Live and Death, and Mold Drifter, which is always good, no matter what you do. So decision time. Settle the Wreckage would lead me towards a more controlling deck. There are matches where this is going to be really bad, and I'm not huge on fixing my opponent's mana in a cube like this and accelerating them. Might just take this Angel of Invention and look to like maybe play a weenie deck, which means I really want the Recruiter a little bit more than what I have, or a little bit more than this Live in Death, but that's fine. Curving like Angel into Elesh Norn is a pretty big game. Just 2 creatures that pump your whole team right off the bat. 6 mana Chandra, pretty good. Mother of Runes is nice. Elspeth Sun's Champion is another really good creature. Looks like I'm going to stick to possibly just mono white here, so I have a decision to make. I could take Mother of Runes, which gets pumped by both these creatures and is also a fantastic way to protect your creatures if you get it down early enough, or I could take Elspeth Sun's Champion, which is just very, very strong in and of itself, but is another really top-end card. I mean, starting off with a 5-drop, 6-drop, 7-drop, not necessarily ideal when we're going to play a lot of white, and white doesn't have a lot of mana ramp. But I might get Mother of Runes back if no one sees that white's open. Plus, Elspeth Sun's Champion is just better on power level, of course. Here I could take Windburst Kites, which is sweet. Is a nice little way to maybe cheat out one of these Anthem effects. It works very well with Elspeth Sun's Champion and Angel since they have 3 creatures in one. Otherwise, I could take Silverblade Paladin or Smuggler's Copter. I do like Smuggler's Copter. This card's very strong. It's, of course, a lot better if you end up with a lower curve, which it looks like we're going to be higher curve here. So I think I'm actually going to take... Actually, you know what? Windburst Kites is probably going to come back. This pack has some pretty good cards, especially, I guess, mostly for green-red, but Smuggler's Copter, some of the Mana Fixers, Craterhoof, Carnage Tyrant. Jackal Pup's probably coming back. I think most mono red decks would rather have Firebolt. I'll just take it, be on the safe side. There aren't a lot of decks that want it, but there are enough decks that I can't guarantee getting it. Red, of course, being open. A lot of people, I notice, red is good, but people don't actually like taking red, which is understandable. Here, Porcelain Legionnaire or Anafenza. Legionnaire's decent. It's a very good first striker, and you can get it out for 2 mana. Very hard to beat this early on. The swords are also a lot better in this format than they are in the Vintage Cube, because it tends to be a little less combo-y. You don't just die to things like Sneak Attack and Channel. Might take Anafenza. If I branch into another color, I'm probably just taking like Chain Lightning here anyway. I mean, look at this pack. It's all green, white, and red. So I don't mind just taking a bunch of mono white cards. Maybe I should have considered Nykthos in that one pack. I didn't really think about it. Tower of the Magistrate. Target creature gains protection from artifacts until end of turn. I've seen this card once in my life. It was in the sideboard of a proxied Merfolk deck that I played once in Legacy, and I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. Here, I think I just want the Seeker of the Way. Seeker of the Way. Yeah, I said it. Fight me. I do want more little game creatures to go with like Windbrisk Kites, and the lifelink that this can sometimes get is very relevant against the aggro decks. Oust is decent, but not particularly amazing either. Just stick to mono white for now. On that vein, I could take Lightning Greaves. I could branch into blue for Reflector Mage, or I could take a Myria Angel, and I think I'm just going to take the Angel here. Give me a nice little 4-drop. Angel works pretty nicely with Anafenza, like just making all of your tokens come down as 2/2s, and anything that gets pumped by these and makes multiple bodies ought to be pretty nice. Council's Judgment coming back is sweet. This is a 3-mana way to deal with any non-land permanent on the board. Even kills True Name Nemesis. Boros Charm is the only other consideration. It's disrespectful to Thirst for Knowledge. And Green Sun Zenith coming back is pretty crazy too. Not crazy, but crazy enough. Alright, so not punished too bad. Terminus is a nice little out to certain decks, but I'm definitely going to take Recruiter, and I would probably even consider Revoker over Terminus here, since I don't really want to be Wrath in my own board. Although Terminus followed up by Elspeth is probably a good game anyway. Recruiter seems nice here. Actually, there are some decent picks here. There's Pilgrim, if I think I might maybe green-white. Hallowed Fountain, if I think I might be splashing blue, and then a Johnny Vengeant, if I think I'm red. These are all considerations, with Absence Pilgrim being probably the least likely, since I would need to be green to make that matter. Yes, got the Mother of Runes back. Silverblade Paladin back. Alright, so the mono white plan looking pretty good here. I would prefer Smuggler's Copter over Silverblade, but more decks are able to play Smuggler's Copter to a good effect, so it's not very likely. This card's also just fine. And, don't really care. I'm not playing Exquisite Firecraft, Rampage, and Beowulfs. This is a decent start. We picked up a lot of early game creatures. Mother of Runes is nice protection. Ooh, Angel of Serenity. Alright, look at the pack real quick. This is Big Garruk Hazaret. Oh, excuse me. Soulfire Grandmaster doesn't seem great if I'm not able to activate the ability. Given my instance and sorcery's lifelink doesn't matter too much. Suck it, Council's Judgment has lifelink. Leonin Relic Warder is the one that deals with artifacts. This is like a Banisher Priest for artifacts. It's fine, but it's a sideboard card. Not going to take it. Maybe I did want Nykthos in that last pack. Just look, I mean, I am mono white. Like, being able to power these out seems relevant, especially when I have, like, double white cards and I could take more. Angel of Serenity is another big top-end card, but it's not fantastic if you're not cheating it into play. Maybe I just take Solemn Simulacrum here as a value creature, especially if I do end up splashing, because I'm very likely to get just these white creatures back. Maybe not Angel if someone actually is on Reanimator. Yeah, I'm just going to take Solemn Simulacrum. It's hard to pass up a 3-for-1. Very similar to Muldrifter, not exactly the same, but you don't get a lot of cards like this that just straight up, get you 3 cards worth of value. A body, a land, and, what's it called? You guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, a card when it dies. Tanglewire I hate with a Living Passion. There is an Animate Dead. But we're not on the Reanimator plan by any means. Monastery Mentor or Land Tax. Land Tax is a nice way to kind of filter your deck out and make sure you're hitting lands, but it's also a really terrible top deck. as opposed to Monastery Mentor, which just isn't really going to be that good in my deck anyway, since I have 2 non-creature spells at the moment. Although it does make multiple bodies, which is what we said we might be aiming for with these 2 top-end creatures. It's possible a lot of decks don't want land tax, so this is another card I could just get back on the wheel. So I am going to take the Mentor and hope to get land tax back, because I probably would play land tax. Ooh, Sky Marcher Aspirant's new. This actually seems pretty good. Probably replace some other dorky 2-1 like Savannah Lions or one of those cards that was probably in here. Nissa Vital Force. Verdur's Gearhulk would be fine in this sort of deck, but I'm between the Martial Coup and the Sky Marcher Aspirant. Again, if I am the only mono white player, you know, people aren't going to want this Aspirant, whereas Martial Coup might be playable in like a blue-white control deck. Martial Coup is just fine as well. I do like having access to some sort of board wrath in case I do fall behind. Granted, it costs 7 to make it an actual board wrath, but this being able to make a bunch of creatures is relevant, so I'll go and take it. Could have also taken Mutavault there. Ooh, Hero Bladehold is quite nice. Hellrider, also my arch nemesis. Now going by the name Sanctum Seeker. Day of Judgment is not the board wrath I want, although it is an out. Gisela is also pretty good. Maybe I'll just get Gisela anyway, but Hero Bladehold, perfect for this sort of deck. Battlecry, relevant with all the token making, and I mean, this just pumps out creatures, right? Is this if you attacked? Yeah, so Hero Bladehold doesn't quite do it for Windbrisk Heights. Right now, what I'm looking for is more removal spells. I would love to pick up cards like, Oblivion Ring will do the trick. What do you do again? When it dies, create 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. This actually seems fine. Could take Savannah here, but Oblivion Ring is what I want. I do need removal spells. Oblivion Ring can deal with Planeswalkers, to the best of my knowledge, so I'll go and pick up a removal spell. I mean, I'm looking for, like, Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, just the 1-mana ones. I passed up on Oust, but I think that was the right thing to do at that time. Lingering Souls and Wall of Omens, Mana Tithe. Problem with Wall of Omens, as much as I like it, is it can never attack. Whereas Lingering Souls is going to be very good with a lot of what I do, and maybe I can pick up just like a random way to splash black or something like that. I could also take Mana Tithe, which is not particularly good, but does get some people. It's a nice form of interaction against the opponent, especially against X spells, things like this. But I'm going to go and pick up Lingering Souls. Nobody's going to want Mana Tithe anyway. Ooh, Mirror Entity is very good. Gideon as well. I don't like this Gideon as much. Granted, it could just be good. And I don't mind Oblivion Stone, but Mirror Entity is very good in any deck that can make a bunch of tokens. There's also Sword of Body and Mind, which is a consideration, but I'm going to take the Mirror Entity and just stock up on 3 drops. Here, Sublime Archangel. Maybe this is what I take. It converts a bunch of creatures into one big creature, basically. Collective Effort is a way to pump my creatures and possibly just destroy a big creature or an enchantment. This can do a lot. I think I'm going to pick up Collective Effort here, actually. I think this card's good, but you need to have a pretty large board for it to matter too much. It does attack at minimum as a 5/4, which is good. But I like having interaction here. So I'll pick up Collective Effort, wheel in both of the white creatures that I mentioned. So take the one that can deal with some artifacts and possibly just play it. As you can see, there aren't like a huge number of artifacts that you'd want to deal with. This card would be significantly better in the Vintage Cube as opposed to the Legacy Cube, which is one big difference. There aren't as many artifact matters cards or anything like that, to be honest. There's not a whole artifact deck, you know, Tangle Wire. I'll go and take up Land Tax now. Land Tax does actually get better when I have Monastery Mentor. There's the Sky Marcher Aspirant. Nice, nice. So coming out of Pack 2 with 21 playables is nice. Day of Judgment as a potential sideboard plan. Maybe I pick up more Planeswalkers. And it looks like we're just going to wheel everything we were considering picking up in the first place. Sadly, we can't get the Sublime Archangel. That was an interesting pick, but I like having this. Hallowed Spirit Keeper seems good. Not good, but fine. There's Mana Tithe with the Greater Gargadon in that pack. And Plateau in case we do want to splash red. Keep in mind I have a Lingering Souls here. So I would love to pick up the white-black land, which might have been in pack 1. What is that, Scrubland? Might have been in pack 1. Yeah, Nykthos would have actually been great in our deck. Alright, and then coming into this pack, we have Good Chandra, Duskwatch Recruiter. Keep in mind it's possible I splash red. Rampage and Ferocidon if I feel like actually killing myself. Banisher Priest and Windswept Heath, and I don't really see a need for Windswept Heath here. Although, I mean, I guess it can grab Overgrown Tomb, which is probably just worse than putting a Forest in the deck. Yeah, if I had a green card I wanted to splash, that would make more sense. Just take Banisher Priest. Windswept Heath is fine, though. Now, if I had the black-white land, Windswept Heath would be fantastic because it could just fetch up black. But as is, I would have to play Overgrown Tomb for this to be able to fetch black, and I don't really have a use for putting just Overgrown Tomb in the deck since it doesn't do much for me outside of being fetchable with Windswept Heath. Just take Banisher Priest. We're going to cut some of these 3 drops, I'm sure. There's Bruna. A Johnny Goldmane. This card is fine. It is an Anthem, basically. It's either that or Karmic Guide, and I actually think I'm just going to take Karmic Guide. Karmic Guide's pretty sweet. Lets us run out a creature, let it get killed, and then 2 for 1 our opponent off of it. And it has protection from black, which is not negligible. Ooh, Recurrent Nightmare is in this cube. This card is very, very strong. And there's Drolf's Messenger, which is very powerful. Also Bruna, which can reanimate an angel or human, I believe. Nah, it's just got to be Karmic Guide, though. Entreat the Angels, Swords to Plowshares, Declaration in Stone, Wormcoil Engine, Sword of Feast and Famine, Walking Ballista, Godless Shrine. Oh man, this pack has everything. I don't think Entreat's what I want. Deck in Stone is just worse than Swords to Plowshares. For the most part, this is better against token decks. Sword of Feast and Famine is one of the good swords. And then Ballista is a small consideration, but I want removal. I need to take removal, so I am going to take Swords to Plowshares and hope that maybe I get... I find it... I might get Deck in Stone back, but I would love to get Godless Shrine back. There's no way I'm getting Wormcoil. And Entreat, I probably wouldn't even play. I think Swords is what I need the most. All right, Gideon Ally of Zendikar is a good one. Ooh, there's also Legion's Landing, though. How all in am I on these cards? Ooh, Legion's Landing is strong. It also shouldn't be too hard for us to transform. Cold Steel Heart actually wouldn't even be that bad either, especially in a mono white deck. Just as an accelerant. We have no acceleration. I guess Solemn is technically acceleration. I think I might get Legion's Landing back. This pack has a lot of really strong playables. Ferrari's Wake's also good, so maybe I take Gideon Ally of Zendikar and hope to get Legion's Landing back. Cold Steel Heart would also be awesome on the wheel. Ooh, this pack has just been very good. There's Honor of the Pure and Sun Titan. Sun Titan getting any of these back as opposed to Honor of the Pure, which is another pump for my whole team. Oh, geez. All right, it's going to be the Sun Titan. I'm going to go big white here. Big white. Nahiri, Parallax Wave, Student of Warfare. Not huge on Student of Warfare, but it is another little aggressive creature that can get in damage. Parallax Wave is interesting. It's a way to remove some really problematic creatures from the board, but those creatures eventually come back. Maybe I just want Student of Warfare. Bloodstained Mire doesn't do anything for us, right? I guess if I put Bloodstained Mire in my deck and a Swamp, then this count... I mean, that's the same thing as Windswept Heath and an Overgrown Tomb. Yeah, maybe I don't play Lingering Souls if I'm not going to be able to splash it back. Yeah, I'll go and pick up Student of Warfare. Glorious Anthem is worse than Honor of the Pure. Grey Merchant. This is the card you always want when you're mono black, but doesn't seem to ever happen when I go into mono black. Glorious Anthem, Flicker Wisp, Fiend Hunter. I don't think I need Fiend Hunter with Banisher Priest and O-Ring. That's too many risky effects like that. But Flicker Wisp is a combo with Sun Titan, and it's also just good. Do I have value off of Flicker Wisp in here? Don't actually have a lot of things I can Flicker Wisp for value, which is kind of sad. Flicker Wisp a Planeswalker, but then you can't actually reuse the ability. Flicker Wisp Karmic Guide, that's pretty good. Any of these top end creatures. Armageddon, Restoration Angel, Scrounger's not terrible. Nev's Disc, Loxodon Warhammer. Do I want Armageddon in this deck, is the question. Being able to drop Elspeth and then Armageddon your opponent out of the game is actually a real thing you can do sometimes. Restoration's also just good. Has the same kind of problem that Flicker Wisp has, where it doesn't really do that much. Also note that Flicker Wisp can't flicker other angels, so like Karmic Guide, Angel of Invention, those aren't targets for it. Sun Titan is. It's a good way to deal with a removal spell. I'm just going to err on the side of taking the creature, although I will admit that perhaps Armageddon would be better for the deck. Supreme Verdict. Don't want to play against that. Go and pick up this Windswept Heath, and don't think I want Bruna. So a Johnny Goldmane. That would be better if I had Armageddon. Yeah, Deck and Stone. Ooh, Godless Shrine came back. That's good. So did Feast of Famine and Deck and Stone. Glacial Fortress. 4 of the cards I was looking at came back. There's Ballista too, which isn't bad. But if I pick up Godless Shrine, then now I have 1-2 black sources in the deck. I can just kind of free roll the Lingering Souls and not worry too much if I don't get the chance to flash it back. But this is nice. Also, Legion's Landing. Geez, Honor of the Pure. Parallax Wave. We just got it all here. We're going to have to make a million cuts. I might actually pause the video to make these cuts. Maybe not. I don't know if you guys want to see that or not, but we have a billion cuts to make here. I mean, I counted. It's a billion. And Glorious Anthem, jeez. Alright, well, I know I'm not playing Glorious Anthem. Start with just the immediate cuts. I'm going to go and take out Mana Tithe. Maybe I don't need land tax in this sort of deck. A Johnny Goldmane is subpar. Hero Bladehold. I'm not in love with Parallax Wave, but it is fine. Spirit Keeper. Lingering Souls. Monastery Mentor. Could be on the chopping block here. Let's go and move these 3 lands for a second. 33 cards, and I do think I want a 17 land deck. I'm not going to put a swamp. Actually, I will put 1 swamp in the deck because I can fetch it with Solemn. My god, we have just an embarrassment of riches in this case. I'm going to go and take out land tax. Land tax is nice. Just make sure you guarantee hitting value. I'm going to go and take out Parallax Wave. Probably cut a bunch of these 3-drops here. Collective Effort feels like it can come out until I see either big creatures or enchantments. Hallowed Spirit Keeper might just be a little on the weak side. Probably better against players who have board wraths in their sideboard or something like that. Or in the main board for that matter. So I can see cutting that. I would kind of like Silverblade Paladin. I could cut Leon and Relic Warder until I see some artifacts. Oh, I guess this can exile enchantments too. I didn't know that. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cut that. Now we're down to cutting 5 more. Our card quality is so good. Note that Martial Coup, I want it to be a 7-drop, but you can cast it down here for just a bunch of tokens if need be. Don't really want to cut too many other big creatures. It could cut Honor of the Pure, but all of my creatures are white, so it seems like it's going to be strong, especially with things like Lingering Souls, Emeria Angel, and these higher up creatures. Although Angel of Invention does make colorless creatures, which is worth noting, but with Elspeth Sun's Champion is pretty good. Also just has the potential to be a dead card, which is what I don't love about it, but fine enough. Silverblade Paladin. Lingering Souls. My gosh. Could probably take Monastery Mentor out. I don't have a lot of non-creature spells, and I might cut even more. So we'll go ahead and say bye-bye to that one. Gideon, Myria Angel, Restoration Angel. I like keeping Restoration Angel in, even though it doesn't blink like 3 or 4 of my creatures. It is a nice way to pressure Planeswalkers and blank removal spells. Probably going to take out this Student of Warfare. This is not what I want to be dumping all my mana into. It's actually not a bad mana sink later on. Nykthos would be good in my deck. Didn't even consider it in the pack until I passed it. Student Warfare is also kind of janky with like Restoration Angel and Flicker Wisp if I'm trying to do something. Yeah, I'm not in love with it, although don't want to cut all of my early game creatures. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures I can play before turn 3. It's probably enough, and I can always board back into these early game creatures if I feel like that's the right thing to do. Am I in fact playing 17 lands? Yes, so cut a couple more. Flicker Wisp doesn't do too much. Silverblade Paladin can probably get cut here. Pushes in a lot of damage, but it's pretty bad if it's on the board by itself. Yep. Martial Coup. Maybe I just cut Martial Coup here, just to lower the curve. Makes a bunch of tokens, but I don't want to destroy all my other creatures either. So just lower the curve a little bit, and then I need to make one more cut. Lingering Souls, I think, is just going to be good, so... I mean, Honor of the Pure is kind of standing out to me here. Since I have 1, 2... I mean, Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, can do a Honor of the Pure impression if that's what I feel like I need to do. I don't need a billion of that sort of effect in my deck, right? Right now I have Angel Invention, Elesh Norn, and Gideon. And since I'm kind of a bigger white deck, it makes more sense to have the bigger white versions of that effect than the small white version. If I was all in on 1 and 2 drops, this would be a little bit better, I think. But I am going to cut that just because it does have the potential to be a dead card sometimes. So with all those cuts being made, I'm going to go ahead and bring in these 3 and then add 1 swamp and 13 plains. Oh, not sure what I just did there. Go ahead and say shaboom. And as tempting as it is to play just 16 lands, I think this is what I'm going to do. I do want to hit all of my lands here, so 17 might be right. I don't have a lot of card draw, but Solemn, Filters, Mana Tithe, Land Tax could help. I kind of want to play Land Tax, but I don't need to. Then I also have like things like Recruiter of the Guard, Mana Sinks, Legion's Land, and stuff like that. So also, if I can flip an early Legion's Land, and that does accelerate me, so that is another form of acceleration, just not a reliable one. Also, extra land drop's not bad with a Mirror Angel. So this is the deck. We ended up mono white, which is not what I thought I was going to get into. So I hope the draft was at least fun for you guys, and I hope the matches go well. Hopefully we don't play against Stormbreath Dragon. But anyway, thanks for watching. My name's Timothy. See you here in the matches. All right, Timothy here with Mana Rocks. We are playing match 1. Have a little bit of a, not a risky hand per se. I'm playing 17 lands, so it's likely I draw my 3rd land, but not a lot of interaction early. I guess we get to play Legion's Landing on turn 1, and I'll just see if we even need to play Godless Shrine here. Opponent did mulligan with a green deck, putting a card on the bottom, so no turn 1 elf or anything like that's interesting. 4-drop, not what we want here, but we are going to play Legion's Landing and just pass it back. So get a little lifelink attacker in there for some early damage. Hopefully, Farseek. Alright, so it is a ramp deck. Farseek's going to go get them a non-forest card. Haha, they cheated. They got a forest anyway. Which is a thing you can do. So this turn, since I'm not playing anything, I'll go and play Godless Shrine tapped and just get my 1 damage in. These ramp decks are often pretty threatening, but they usually follow a certain line of a lot of ramp early and a couple threats throughout the deck. So if we can like Oblivion Ring a major threat or something, we should do fine. Next turn, if nothing really changes, I'll play Lingering Souls, because that's the most likely to get me flipping this Legion's Landing. I don't mind taking a couple hits off Mana Gorger for a while. Of course, if I attack and my opponent has a 1-mana spell, then it doesn't go too well, but I am going to attack into that and say, come at me. So attack first before casting Lingering Souls, just so that I'm not growing the Mana Gorger too big. I don't really want to Oblivion Ring right now. Could also get Recruiter of the Guard and go get Flicker Wisp. Something along those lines. I'm just going to play this Lingering Souls. Mana Gorger will get bigger here, and that's fine. I have ways to deal with it as of right now, as long as it doesn't get too huge. Could also just double block, although my opponent's likely to cast a spell before combat, just to grow it to at least a 3/3. Alright, Birds of Paradise. That's a spell I don't mind them casting. I'm assuming this attacks. Ooh, and Domri Raid, so now they get to kill off one of my creatures, which is kind of annoying. They can have Mana Gorger fight one of my creatures, or they could just plus it. They get to look at the top card of its creature, they reveal it and put it in their hand, so that is what they're doing. Let's see if they hit something. Alright, they did not reveal a creature. Draw plane, so options here. I can attack Domri down to 1, meaning it can't fight, but it can still plus. I could cast Gideon and just Emblem Gideon, and then I can kill Domri Raid by attacking all in. My opponent would have to chump with Spirit, Birds of Paradise if I only let 2 in. And I get to flip Legion's Landing, but I lose out on Gideon that way. This thing tramples, right? Alternatively, I can cast Oblivion Ring. I think it might be right to just play Gideon, emblem it, and kill Domri Raid. Take away their current form of card advantage. This also gets Legion Landing flipped, which actually... Well, that would just give me access to 1 more mana. I wouldn't be able to use that mana effectively till next turn. Next turn, I could go like O-Ring on Mana Gorger, recast Lingering Souls, and those souls will be 2/2. So I think I'm going to go for the play of casting Gideon and just embleming it right away. Not what you always want to do, and I'm going to take a huge hit off Mana Gorger, but also gaining at least 2 life in this exchange. I'll be back at 20 this turn, so if I have to take a big hit, that's fine. And I do have to send all my creatures at Domri Raid, otherwise I give them the option of blocking with birds. Alright, attack. Go and kill your Planeswalker. I just don't want them to fight off a creature and get value off Domri Raid. Right now, all it did is let them look at the top card of their library. And as long as I don't die on this following turn, I feel fine. If they play like a big creature, I have at least a bunch of blockers that I can muster up. They have access to 6 mana this turn, 2 cards in hand. Green Apples is the name of the opponent here. Adanto, probably not using this, but the fact that it gives me an extra mana right away is pretty nice. And they're never interacting with this Gideon emblem, so there's that. Sorry if my voice is coming out a little shaky. It's freezing in my household right now. It's the beginning of March, and it dropped down to like 40 degrees tonight for some reason. Nothing? Huh. Do I even want to use an Oblivion Ring then? Ooh, never mind. I do not want to use an Oblivion Ring. So what I'll probably do is 1, 2, 3, cast Recruiter of the Guard, go get some dorky 1-drop creature, maybe Mother of Runes, and then hold up Swords to Plowshares. This thing will get enormous, so Swords to Plowshares, maybe I want to do that now before it gets too big, but I'm dealing way more damage to them than they're dealing back to me. And I should be able to just negate a turn's worth of damage with Swords of Plowshares by getting rid of this thing in the first place. It basically gives them, a freebie. Could also just play Oblivion Ring on it and flashback Lingering Souls like I said. Then my opponent doesn't gain any life, and I grow out my board a little bit more. Yeah, I like that idea better. I like going for Oblivion Ring on Mana Gorger. This lets me hold up Swords to Plowshares in case something goes wrong, and then flashback Lingering Souls. So let's go ahead and do that first. Now let's attack first. Let's just see what happens if we attack. Opponent casts nothing on their turn, so maybe they're just flooded. Taking 6. Go ahead and cast Oblivion Ring. And if I do Oblivion Ring instead of swords, they don't gain any life, which is nice. Let that enter the battlefield. Say bye-bye to the Mana Gorger. And if it ever comes back, it'll just come back as a 1/1. Go and flashback Lingering Souls. And say go. Now I have 10 power on board. Jeez. This looks like it's going well. Elesh Norn would just kind of seal the deal here, but we'll see what the opponent has. They could have something like Anger of the Gods, or I don't know what kind of red board wraths are in the cube, but there are certainly ways to deal with a bunch of 2/2 creatures all at once. Also, green has ways to deal with things like Oblivion Ring, so it's not the worst in the world. Do have to watch out for that post sideboard. But, ooh, Fiery Confluence. That's one of those ways, so this is going to kill all of my creatures, including the Birds of Paradise, and also 2 damage to me, I suppose. Well, that works. I still have some interaction here, some action going on. Don't mind just drawing lands here. Fortunately, Sun Titan doesn't have anything to get here, so what I think I'm going to do is Recruiter of the Guard, probably for Flicker Wisp, and then Flicker Wisp Recruiter of the Guard. If either of those dies, I can Sun Titan back. Which we'll call it. This has to be 2 toughness or less. Sorry, not used to using this card. Can't get Solemn here. Is there anything better? Karmic Guide? That doesn't really get anything here. Ooh, Angel Invention could be good, but I want something I can play this turn. So yeah, it'll be Flicker Wisp, and then Flicker Wisp will go ahead and get back Recruiter of the Guard. And then I'll just go get some other creature out of my deck. Probably Angel of Invention this time. So now I pass the turn. This should come back into play on my end step. And I'll go get Angel of Invention. Yep. Awesome. And if I draw a land next turn, I can just slam Elesh Norn. Note that my opponent killed one of their own mana sources by using that Fiery Confluence, even though it was definitely the right thing to do anyway. Just kind of swarmed them a little bit too heavily. Flicker Wisp by itself is a 3-turn clock. That's barring any other creatures coming down. If I draw a land, then Elesh Norn turns it into a 2-turn clock. Oh, there's Stormbreath Dragon. Protection from white. Not going to be able to deal with it, but maybe I can just attack through it. Ooh, opponent hits me? Alright, so Elesh Norn does actually shrink this down to a 2/2, while also letting me get in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. I can't Swords to Plowshares their dude. Alternatively, I could play Angel of Invention, which is actually probably just worse. Deals damage to each opponent equal to the number of cards in that player's hand. So that can deal 3 to me, and then attack for 7. But no, that would require him to just play a land, tap out, so 7 plus 3, that would only deal 10 damage. That's not quite enough, so let's go Elesh Norn here. I don't think I'm dying on my next turn, but who knows. I'm putting the opponent down to 2, and they have to deal with a large number of threats here. It is very annoying that my first round opponent has the random protection from white creature in their deck against my pro-white deck. Oh yeah, Stormbreath also gets shrunk here. It is a 2/2. Alright. Dodged a bullet on that one. So, do I have any way to deal with Stormbreath Dragon? I guess that does make me want Martial Coup a little bit more. I don't really want Day of Judgment, though. So what can come out? Oh, Elspeth can also kill Stormbreath Dragon, which is nice. Double Striker. Collective Effort's not bad against, like, a big green deck. The Destroy Target Enchantment thing might not be relevant, but seems decent enough. Mana Tithe could also get them. Although if they're a ramp deck, they're going to be able to kind of outpace things. I like bringing in more of the removal stuff when I'm on the draw. Mirror Angel makes white birds, right? Yep, sure does. So some of the early game stuff can come out here. Mirror Entity is a little bit worse on the draw just because it's more likely that you'll be trading stuff off. The card quality in this deck is just good, though, so I don't even know what I'm cutting, if I'm bringing these cards in at all. Just trying to think what's not good in this matchup, and it's kind of hard to think of something. Starting with you, each player votes for a non-land. Ooh, this can also deal with Stormbreath Dragon. That's kind of cool. Doesn't target. Alright, guys, help me out. What am I bringing out? Banisher Priest? Seems fine. Although this could be quite bad against Fiery Confluence. Whereas O-Ring sticks around through Fiery Confluence. Skymarcher Aspirant seems subpar. Yeah, let's go just a little bit bigger and try to bring in more ways to deal with big creatures. We sacrifice a little bit more early game here, but that's fine. I don't want to play a Banisher Priest and then just get blown out. Alright, slow hand, but that's kind of what we're doing. 4 planes means I'm going to be able to cast majority of the spells in my hand. Alright, opponent mulligan again. And this time they scryed to the top. Ooh, do they have birds on turn 1? That would be pretty sweet for them. No, Absence Pilgrim. Alright. This hand could definitely benefit from having just any sort of a mana ramp. Domri Raid. Turn 2 Domri Raid's pretty good. Okay, so they didn't hit anything there. Anafenza is going to go ahead and come down. Lingering Souls is decent at pressure in Domri Raid, but it's very possible my opponent just plays a big creature and then has it fight my Anafenza. If Anafenza lives, then these Lingering Souls tokens come down as 2/2s, basically. Because of the bolster. Oh, never mind. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield. So that doesn't quite work. My opponent's digging for creatures here. See if Domri will draw him a card at all this match. Alright, Shaman of Forgotten Ways. This is the one that taps for 2 mana, but only for creature spells. Also has that Biorhythm ability, where each player's life total becomes the number of creatures they control. It's kind of janky, right? Can't pressure Domri Raid yet. I do have a sweet curve here, though. Karmic Guide's nice, too, in case something does happen. So I can't attack through this Shaman, and my opponent's going to have a lot of mana for creatures next turn. Just hoping to fog Stormbreath Dragon, really. Because Stormbreath can just sit back on defense and let Domri Raid tick up. If Domri Raid ultimates, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Next turn, Hero Bladehold into Angel of Invention is big game. Opponent has 6 mana and can only use this for creature spells, but it does just add 2 mana. Forgot this was a mythic rare. Doesn't quite seem like it. I guess that is a strong ability. I've won Commander games off of this ability before. I don't know that I've ever activated in Limited. Granted, I didn't get to play with it too much in Limited, being a mythic, but you know how that goes. Alright, Mana Gorger Hydra is not the worst thing I could have seen there. Wonder if they cast another spell and have it fight. That's what it's looking like it happened. Oh, man, I can't speak today. That's what looks like is happening. Duskwatch Recruiter. Oh, no, they already plus Domri Raid this turn, didn't they? Yeah, so that's not happening. Okay. Yes, oh, no, they did? Oh, I guess they plus 3 turns? Or they went plus plus minus this turn. Okay. Myria Angel. Be fine on some following turn. Right now, I think I just want to hit Domri Raid for 2 and cast Hero Bladehold. Just hope my opponent doesn't have too much else as far as interaction goes. If I do that, then it means my opponent can't fight again next turn, and I can probably just kill off Domri Raid on the next turn, barring some flyer. Hero Bladehold should be able to just get in there next turn. But I want to keep Domri as far away from ultimate as possible in case there is a Stormbreath Dragon in our future. And this is a source of card advantage over the course of a couple turns. So Hero Blade Hold. It's going to go ahead and make some 1/1s when it attacks. I'm really just hoping this survives till next turn. Wouldn't even mind trading it off for, like, this Hydra. I know I have to stack triggers a certain way because these both trigger at the same time, so get ready for me to mess that up. What you want to do is put the trigger with the soldiers on the stack second so that it resolves first, and then those soldiers get the +1/+0 from Battlecry. Opponent did not hit a creature off Domri Raid. Note that they don't draw that card if it's not a creature, it just stays on top. They only put the card in their hand if it is a creature. They could go digging with Duskwatch Recruiter, although they only have one activation. And this is something I have to keep in mind too, that I wasn't really thinking about on my turn, that didn't really matter, is I don't really want this to flip. Actually, maybe I do want it to flip. Uh-oh, 5 mana? Verdurous Gearhulk. Ooh, that's gross. Alright, so something's going to get big here. Let's see how they spread the counters out. Probably want to make Duskwatch big enough to attack through Hero Blade Hold, would be my guess. Well, this is looking bad if I don't draw removal spells, since these two big creatures trample. But anything like O-Ring would be nice. Domri Raid is going to die on my turn, but not if I have to take too much damage to do it. I guess one thing I could do here is... Yeah, so they're making Duskwatch big enough to just attack through Hero Blade Hold. So I get a 9 damage this turn. That's a lot. Gotta be careful how I do things. And they put 1 on Verdurous Gearhulk. Yeah, this is kind of gross from the opponent. Alright, Plane's not quite what I wanted. I could let Hero Blade Hold die, and then Karmic Guide it back to the battlefield. But what am I doing with that? I think it's probably just better to play Angel of Invention, kill Domri Raid with 1 spirit, and maybe try to block my way into doing something on the following turn. I could also play a Myriad Angel plus a Plains. Just make chump blockers for this thing. Let's go and cast Angel of Invention. And the question is, do I want to make 1/1s? Or rather 2/2s? Or do I want to put counters on itself? I get more power out of the deal if I make the 2/2s. So my blocks become a little better. This will be a 6/6, a 5/5 trampler. So there's 11 points of trample damage. I know at the very least I want to kill off Domri Raid this turn, so I think it's right to play Angel, make some small tokens. Could even trade off Angel here since I can bring it back with Karmic Guide. Fabricate 2. I will make Swervos, and we'll go ahead and smack Domri Raid into oblivion. Not going to attack with the other spirit because you never know. I might need some extra damage here. This is going to be a close game. I mean, right now my opponent, I think, is favored. Granted, they're missing a lot of land here. Ooh, Gaia's Cradle's Gaia's Cradle's kind of an insane draw. Now they can just draw into a bunch of creatures. That adds 5 extra mana here. Kind of bonkers. That was an insane draw for them. Let's see what they do with it. Fiery Confluence, deal in 2 to everything. Oh, I'm actually just dead this turn then, aren't I? Yeah. Alright, so killed by not having removal spells, and opponent having trample. So that makes me want more removal spells. Mana Tithe still looks pretty bad against them. Don't think I have a way to deal with the 1/1s. I mean, Banisher Priest would have been fine there, up until the point where they did the thing. Do I want Day of Judgment? Probably just not, right? I guess this is good against Fiery Confluence. Not that good, but good enough. No, I'm just going to keep the deck configuration how it is and hope to outpace their big creatures. See what our hand looks like. Mother of Runes into Seeker of the Way is fine. No 3-drops, but likely to draw a 3-drop since we have a bunch. And Mother of Runes on turn 1 is nice. Opponent did not mulligan this game. See if they have a turn 1 play again. Birds of Paradise. Very good for them. Alright, we'll go and play Seeker of the Way here. And just pass the turn. Mother of Runes will play defense here for the game. See if they have a turn 3 Dome Re-Raid again. That was pretty good. And does not look like they have much of anything here. Ooh, Elspeth. So we're going to take this turn to play Godless Shrine. I'll do it post-combat. And just to play Seeker. Or attack with Seeker. And then next turn we can hold up Resto and pressure any Planeswalker that might come down. Nope. Elspeth should be good in this matchup. If I get to it, of course. Alright, there's Mana Gorger. He's a big boy. Elspeth will probably kill that at some point. Collective Effort can kill it too, which is notable. Here, yeah, it doesn't do anything yet. So I'll attack with Seeker of the Way, hold up Restoration Angel. Could also just hold this on blocks. And then Mother of Runes can block and give itself pro green. I could even flash in Restoration Angel and try to take it out. Might be a good idea. I'm probably going to play Resto no matter what. So we'll see what the opponent does. If they just play a thing and try to bash with Mana Gorger to get in like 1 or 2 damage, it's not going to work out too well for them. Here comes Verdur's Gearhulk. So Elspeth looking sweet here. Let's see how many counters they put on Mana Gorger, though. Maybe they go all in on it. Make it a 6/6. Because Collective Effort can take out either one of these if they make them big. It can at very minimum take out Gearhulk. I'm hoping they spread the counters out a little bit so that I can eat this Mana Gorger and then also kill Verdur's Gearhulk with the Collective Effort. Of course, I'd love to just slam Elspeth and minus it, but that's not where we're at. Wonder if they put any counters on the bird. Ooh, they do. So I am going to be able to kill Mana Gorger here. And they put one on Verdur's Gearhulk. Oh, they only made this a 3/3. Alright, so let me be sure not to mess this up this turn. So if I flash in Resto, this will become a 4/4. And then Resto puts it in right away. So let that enter. Blink Seeker. And then let them order blockers, and whichever one they put first is the one I give pro green. Alright, go to blocks. They probably put Resto first. Then I just give it protection from green. If they put Seeker first, just give Seeker protection from green. This just lets me eat this thing. And if I'm collective efforting next turn, got to be a little tricky because I probably want the +1/+1. Maybe that's not even relevant, but I also don't want to tap down Mother of Runes if I can avoid it. Alright, so clear blockers. Can I not activate this ability? I would like to activate Mother of Runes ability. Why can I not do that? Target creature you control gains protection from the color of your choice until end of turn. I'm not sure why I couldn't activate that ability. Why is it still... Oh, it was just grayed out. Alright, well, that's kind of annoying. So I'm definitely gonna collective effort this turn. Now I'm a little annoyed that happened because Restoration Angel is gonna be relevant in this game. No, I'm not gonna be greedy. I'm just gonna destroy Verdur's Gearhulk, attack for 3, and gain the life. I would like to keep Mother of Runes up in case Fiery Confluence comes down. My opponent did put counters on Birds of Paradise, which might mean they wanted it to survive the 2 damage from Fiery Confluence, so I think it's right to keep Mother of Runes up if possible. I could also destroy Verdurous Gearhulk and put counters on all of these creatures, but I don't get the hit in this turn, and I think I want to put pressure on the opponent. So I'm just going to destroy Gearhulk. That triggers Prowess. And I get a nice little 6-point life swing in this way. I must have messed up something with activating the ability, or it looked grayed out, so it looked like I couldn't do it. Because I should have a Restoration Angel on board. I probably would tap down Restoration Angel to get the extra +1 on everything, too. Or, I mean, I could just get in a bunch of damage that turn. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me too hard. Right now, I just want to hit land drops so that I have a safety net in these 2 cards. Opponent playing Recruiter. Okay, that's not terrible for me. With an activation up. Do want to cast spells. I have at least Anafenza to cast. Opponent debating whether to swing in with the Birds of Paradise or not. Most draws are good here. Lands would be fine. Creatures are fine. Oh, activating Recruiter on their own turn. I guess that's in case they hit a 1-drop or something. Did they brick? Puts no cards in their hand. They bricked on Recruiter. Alright, I don't mind hitting lands. That puts me closer to both of these spells. So I can run out Anafenza here. Can't really attack this turn, though. Which is a bummer. But that's fine. This is all fine right now. God, if I had a Resto, I'd just be smashing. The tapped Copperline Gorge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Activating Recruiter on main phase again. Just looking for something to play here. Storm Breath is in their hand. Alright, so I'm going to hold Elspeth until I see that. Which means Sun Titan might come down as a 0-value play here. We'll see what we draw. That's, of course, if I just draw a land. I mean, it's still probably right to play Sun Titan. Maybe not. Sun Titan into Elspeth is not a combo. Alright, so this thing transforms. Makes their creatures cheaper. Ooh, that's a good draw. That is a good draw. Because now, I guess this is going to get the bolster. Could put a bolster on a thing, too. Could also just... Oh no, you know what? I don't want to make this a 4th thing, because I do want to play Elspeth to kill that Storm Breath. I do need to hit a 6th land for that, though. So I'm going to say sure. So yeah, I want the servos. My opponent does have Confluence. They're going to be very close to saying they want to do it now. Oh, I can even put a counter on. Oh, I have to put a counter on this because it's the smallest thing on board. And now I'm fine just trading Seeker off. I'll swing with Anafenza too. If they want to trade off either creature, I'm fine with it. Feels like there might be a Confluence in my future here. Note that I can give a creature pro-red and attack through Stormbreath Dragon with Mother of Runes. If it comes down to that, Mother of Runes is just much better to have on defense. I'm not going to do anything here. I do not mind getting that stupid card off the board since it makes their creatures cheaper. and it ever transforms back, it can be a little bit of a threat. So let's see. We know about Storm Breath. We don't know about anything else, but I suspect they have Fiery Confluence because of the way they put 2 counters on this bird. 7 mana. Well, this is something different. That is a very strong card. Let's see what it does. Probably 2 here, 2 here. I mean, that's pretty bad, right? Yeah, let's just see where where the damage goes first. Elspeth should get them very good if they play Storm Breath next turn. Go 2, 2, 1 or something like that. If that's the case, then I think I just save Mother of Runes. No, I'll probably just save the Angel anyway. Sun Titan back Mother of Runes. Yeah, so that's exactly what they do. So now, who do I want to save? Do I want to save Mother of Runes or do I want to save this Angel? If I save Mother of Runes, I can attack through my opponent next turn with a couple creatures. I'll get in 3 damage max, which isn't great. If I save the Angel and I attack with everything next turn, then I get in 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and if I cast a non-creature spell, I win because of prowess. Oh no, they're at 10. Yeah, let's go ahead and just save the Angel here. And that'll keep this thing around as well. So give this protection from either green or red. Let's just say red. And let Mother of Runes die. And shaboom. Let's see what we draw. Hero Bladehold. So still no 6th land. So I can't cast either of these, which means Hero Bladehold is the spell to cast this turn. If I attack with everything again, they block this Angel. They take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They go down to 3. I play Hero to Bladehold, and they're super dead unless they play a bunch of attackers. I think that's worth doing. This doesn't have first strike or anything. I also gain 3, so I don't think I'm dying. Shoot. They also have to watch out for Seeker of the Way, because prowess could be relevant. Ooh, that's nice. Opponent's at 3. Hero Bladehold is a beating. Storm Breath won't do it because of Hero now. This is just going to make 2 extra attackers. They're going to be 3 power if I stack the triggers right. So if they have Fiery Confluence, I think they have to do that. They have to do it for 2 minimum. And Hero Bladehold won't be able to get through in that case. Collected Defiance. Deal 4 to target creature. That's it. Okay. So they have something else to play here, right? And Domri Raid. They're going to fight Hero Bladehold. And attack me for 8. It's a pretty big hit. Oh, they did not attack. Oh, no. Alright, this could be bad. If I just don't draw my 6th land, it's not going to matter what happens here. I have all of my top-end cards. Domri Raid can plus here. I really want him to play Storm Breath so I can just minus Elspeth and get him. Wolfear Silverheart, gross. I think they just want to play Storm Breath and attack me. Oh no, the Avenger of Zendikar? Oh, come on. Not like this. Elesh Norn is good against those. Alright, so we hit that. If I play Elspeth now, I get to go boom, boom. And then they play Storm Breath, they just kill Elspeth. Elesh Norn can come down and kind of save the day there. If I play Sun Titan, I don't get too much back here. Yeah, this game would have been over if I hadn't messed up that Restoration Angel. Ooh, alright, so I think I need to go Elspeth minus just to take these out and guarantee that these plants don't get any bigger, because if I wait a turn on that, I'm going to get crushed. Just no doubt about that. Storm Breath can come down and deal 4. This can deal up to 6, and they can take out one of my servos. But if I get to go like Elesh Norn, Sun Titan, also Sun Titan's just good enough on its own, I think. If I play Sun Titan here, then it just dies when I use Elspeth anyway. So yeah, I think it's right to just cast Elspeth first. And go -3, destroy all creatures power 4 or greater. And I guess I might as well attack, just in case they have... I mean, they have Wolfear Silverheart in their hand. They just have so much more action, and us bricking on lands and messing up that thing just really hurt us there. So I'm going to see if they want to go ahead and throw some plants in the way. Which I'm sure they do. I can't block this Birds of Paradise anyway, so... Wolfear Silverheart might come down, pump a plant or something. It might fight off a servo, who knows. This has turned out to be a game that would have been over if I hadn't messed things up. It was so weird, though. This was grayed out, so it looked like I couldn't use the ability. A little salty about it, but I guess it was my mistake for just not clicking the card and seeing if I could have done so. Alright, here comes Storm Breath. So Bird can take that out. Storm Breath can take out one of my things. I really need to hit a land here for Elesh Norn. Is my opponent going to keep Storm Breath back? They are. Bizarre. What a twist. Alright, so now I can threaten to kill Domri Raid. Assuming they have nothing, I get to play Elesh Norn. That kills all of the tokens immediately, shrinks down birds, makes this a 2/2, and then the servos can both come at Domri Raid. Yeah, this is pretty good. There's not a lot that the green-red deck's going to have to kill Elesh Norn. Ooh, these are 3/3s too. Why are they 3/3s? Oh, duh. Alright, so I do get to kill Domri Raid this turn, which means... Oh, actually, I can kill my opponent. Yeah, let's just do that instead. If they have nothing, then they just die to that attack. I forgot these would be 3/3s. For some reason, I'm thinking they're 2/2s, getting my Anthem effects mixed up here. If they have a piece of interaction, they can kill one of the servos, and then they have to chump with Stormbreath Dragon. I don't think they're going to have a 2-mana spell that deals with both servos. Nice. Alright, we bailed ourselves out there. I'll have to go back and watch the video and see what happened, but we got to take down Pro White. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. See y'all in match 2. Oh, Afterlife sent me a message. Good luck to you too, Afterlife. It's a cool name. Alright, I will be on the play. I think my mono white deck is probably better on the play, as most mono white decks are. I like this hand. This hand seems good. Has 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop. Solemn gets us closer to the 7-drop in the hand. I am going to start off with the tapped Godless Shrine, though, and pass the turn. See what we're up against after taking down our arch nemesis. Blue-red. Sun Titan Suite. Alright, Anafenza coming down. If they play creature, I'll go ahead and just banish or priest it. Let Anafenza attack as a 3/3. Oh, they're just going to Lightning Helix me. So again, some sort of control deck here. Jeskai-ish. Don't really want to play Banish or Priest into that. So I'll hold on to it and pass. And then just play Solemn Simulacrum next turn. Compulsive Research, they're going to go ahead and draw into some cards. Draw 3, discard 2, unless they discard a land. Let's see what they discard. They were quick to kill that Anafenza, though. They discarded Polluted Delta. So they're back up to 7. I get to play Solemn Simulacrum. It might be worth just cracking Windswept Teeth to thin out my deck a little bit, but kind of whatever. Solemn's going to hit a land anyway. Yeah, let's thin out the deck a little bit. I already have the Godless Shrine. Put the fear in my opponent that I might have green spells in my deck. Alright, Solemn coming down. It's going to go and ramp me to 5. I can play a Sun Titan next turn. I would love to use the ability. And I don't need the swamp, so we'll just get more planes and pass. Unfortunately, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the opponent, and they are a control deck, so kind of worried about where this might go. Ugh, Cloudskate. 3 turns from now, this will bounce a permanent back to my hand. And they're leaving up potential counterspell of some sort. So do I want to play into a counterspell by running out Sun Titan? Or do I want to play Angel of Invention and try to get in more damage this turn? If I want something countered, probably just Sun Titan. I'd almost rather have the Angel of Invention survive. So let's attack with Solemn first and just play Sun Titan. Although Angel of Invention into Elesh Norn is pretty big if they don't have counterspells. Just hate to get force spiked here or something like that. But if they're a control deck, they're going to have some amount of counterspells. We've got to fight through them. I'm guessing like Mana Leak or something. I would love if it was just Remand. Remand. All right. So that gives me the option of replaying that at some other point. Again, just not pressuring the opponent, though. Dang, opponent don't care about us at all. Could just play Gideon and start coming in. I mean, what are they going to play here? No Elesh Norn this turn. Can't play 2 spells. Kind of like the idea of going Gideon 0 because they're going to want to counter that. Anyway, yeah, just attack for 2 here. Play Gideon and start zeroing if I can. Cloudskate can be kind of annoying in that regards, but it is what it is. This probably burn another counterspell if they have it. Spell Queller, kind of annoying. Could not Spell Queller other card. Banisher Priest will get Spell Queller at some point and let me cast that Gideon. Attack me for 2. Needle Spire is worth noting. Ugh. That's not great. Although it does let me go like Angel plus Sky Marcher this turn. So I think I'm going to write out the Angel first, see if they have yet more counterspells. It could be like the all counterspell deck. I'm just going to make some 1/1s here. Attack for 3, and hey, this will have flying. Riftwing Cloudskate will come down. And see what happens. I'm not sure what just happened there. Repeal a token? Okay. I'm fine with them using that on a servo token. It does draw them into another card. They're just cantripping, but sure, right? Now, what would be devastating from the opponent? An Elesh Norn from them? Yep, kill the other token off for maximum value. I like it. If Spellqueller attacks... No, they're doing something pre-combat. Consecrated Sphinx. Well, that card's annoying. It's going to draw them a bunch of extra cards. Yep, that's going to happen. I guess I Banisher Priest that. They kill Banisher Priest. They're going to get it back. Sun Titan doesn't do too much here. Alternatively, I could just snap off Elesh Norn now, which kills off Riftwing Cloudskate and lets all my creatures attack into Consecrated Sphinx. I could just bite it and let him have it. Seems pretty bad. I have 7 mana, so if I draw another land, I could go like Sun Titan, get back Windswept Heath, crack it, cast Banisher Priest. I'm just gonna go Elesh Norn here. And just jam for a bunch of damage on the opponent. They don't have any good blocks, to be honest. I'm attacking for 14 here. They don't really want to block with Consecrated Sphinx. Oh, they go to 1. Neat. So they're probably pretty confident with what they have. They can't really let Spellqueller die at any point either. Ooh, they're drawing. They're going for the Desperation draw. Draw 2, discard 1. Yeah, Elesh Norn was pretty big there. I also gained 4 life. It's not irrelevant. It's not really important. This isn't really a match that's going to come down to life totals too often, I don't think. Although they have a lot of flyers, so maybe it will. They discarded Mountain. See if they found a board wipe. Alright, Swords to Plowshares, Elesh Norn. Respectable. Just hoping they tap out. They need to block everything, so they're going to need another blocker or another removal spell. I guess they have Needle Spires. I think... Yeah, just run out Banisher Priest, right? Or Sun Titan to get back Anafenza and then Mother of Runes. But they have to block with Spellqueller, right? So maybe I'm going to run out Banisher Priest, because if they kill it somehow, next turn I can Sun Titan it back. Yeah, I like that. They have a counterspell, then that's fine. If they have a counterspell, they can't activate Needle Spires, though. So they have to have a way to deal with this Priest and one of my creatures. Which is not impossible. What is this going to be? 4 mana? Cryptic Command. Oh, tap my creatures? Okay. That's cool. This gives me the same out as last turn, with the Mother of Runes on board. They do know about the Sun Titan in my hand, though. Opponent can hit me here for 10. Just need to push in that 1 more damage, which Mother of Runes does a good job of getting through. Let's see what they got. They're down to 12 cards in their library. They churn through a lot between Consecrated Sphinx, Compulsive Research, Chart a Course. They didn't draw off that Cryptic, but they drew off a Repeal, a Remand. Their deck's good, though. Blue-white, just value. Control, basically. Not actually a lot of counter spells. We've seen Cryptic and Remand, plus Spellqueller. So opponent's probably going to play a blocker here, plus Needle Spires. If that's the case, maybe I attack with the Flyers, give one of them Pro Blue, and just see if that does the trick. Like the Sky Marcher Aspirant. No, I'd probably give the Angel Pro Blue, because if they have a bounce spell or something, I'd rather them just bounce that. They still have 6 cards in my hand to my 1 Sun Titan that they know about. But opponent's really thinking about what to do here. They can't let me get in even 1 point of damage. Ooh, Monastery Mentor does the trick quite well. Now they have to kill Mother of Runes. Browse Eric will kill Mother of Runes. Tapping or untapping a permanent doesn't seem like what they want to do here. Yep. Kill Mother of Runes makes sense. Still have them dead with Banisher Priest if they have nothing else. Because I can Banisher Priest, Spellqueller, get back Gideon. Gonna draw 2. They'll have 6 cards. I wonder if they have another 2-mana way to deal with a Banisher Priest. Ooh, O-Ring also does the trick and is a little harder to interact with. I'm gonna go for the Sun Titan play, though. Which they know about again. Sun Titan's gonna go ahead and get back Banisher Priest. Yes. Banisher Priest is gonna take out Spell Queller. Spell Queller is gonna put Gideon back out. Oh yeah, I get to cast the Gideon, right. Cast that. God, this is complicated. Do I 0 or -4 Gideon right away? I don't think so. I think I just want more blockers in case something goes wrong here. I mean, if they deal with one flyer, they eat the other flyer, right? I can freely attack with Solemn as well and then just poop out some 0s. Or some 2/2s. Just keep the pressure on the opponent because they have to like do some sort of block with Solemn. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother with Ral Zarek right now. There's a chance I just win the game here if they have nothing. But like if they can kill this thing, oh, they have something, which is gonna give them another blocker too. Oh, Izzet Charm? Deal 2 damage. They get another 1/1. They turn Monastery Mentor into a 3/3. So they can like block Solemn Simulacrum with the 2 monks. Still think this is probably fine. Consecrated Sphinx gets to eat Aspirant now. Sun Titan can just bring something back if they don't deal with it, though. It'd just be a Mother of Runes. Yep. Oh, yeah. Solemn be a 2/2 now. Alright, well, that turn did not go amazingly well. Ooh, Lingering Souls is nice. Don't forget to use this. Alright. Opponent holding in there. Five mana. They're tapping pretty quickly here. Wonder if this is like a Mystic Confluence or something. Maybe it was right to only attack with 1 flyer in that instance. No, I wanted to present the lethal attack. It's possible Consecrated Sphinx comes over and eats Gideon this turn. Yeah, of course, because then Ral Zarek can just untap. They want to deal with Sun Titan, probably. They deal with Banisher Priest, they just get back a 2/3 flyer. Lingering Soul's pretty good against all of this. Opponent's really struggling with the tap in here. I commend them for being able to stay alive. Granted, I made some, all-in attacks thinking that there's a chance that they didn't have it. I still think it's right to go for it. There's a chance they don't have it and you just win the game. It's likely in a deck like this that they do have an answer, especially when they spent so much time figuring out how to tap and everything, but, that's whatever. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. If I draw a land, I can cast O-Ring plus Lingering Souls plus Flashback Lingering Souls. Could also just die out of nowhere to a bunch of tokens. Faith's Fetters, get rid of Sun Titan. And gain 4 life? That's annoying. Now we're actually getting crushed here, I think. They're going to take out Gideon and attack me for a bunch. And the Lingering Souls, well, maybe Oblivion Ring. Maybe they make a bad attack here and I can, like, O-Ring the Faith's Fetters or something. They attack me for... Yeah, they're attacking me for 10. Sure. Ral Zarek gets to untap something. Tap down. Godless Shrine, I guess. Batterskull. Well, that's pretty bad. All of this is bad. What went wrong? Let's see what we draw here. These will all be back down to 1-1 on their turn. That Batterskull token's pretty annoying. They did draw 2. Karmic Guide. Karmic Guide can get back Angel of Invention. Angel of Invention can make some guys. That's not super relevant. If I play Oblivion Ring on Face Fetters, I can attack with Sun Titan. Sun Titan can get back basically the same stuff. But I would also be able to cast Lingering Souls. I think I'm just going to die this game. I think I'm going to lose this game. I don't have a way to push in the win here. Karmic Guide having Pro Black doesn't matter too much in this matchup. Yeah, if I O-Ring, I don't know, Batterskull, then we're kind of just sitting here looking at each other, and I'm going Lingering Souls while they make an army of monks. Although I guess if I go Lingering Souls, I can't let him get a hit off that Batterskull, though. Otherwise, they're going to be way far out of range. So I can go Lingering Souls plus Flashback Lingering Souls. It gives me 4 bodies, and then Karmic Guide brings back Angel of Invention next turn. That gives me 8 flying power on board. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't have enough to do everything here. So I think it might be right to just play Oblivion Ring. Say bye-bye Batterskull. Cast a Lingering Souls and just pass. As bad as that is. And next turn, like, try to Karmic Guide into something. Plus Flashback Lingering Souls. Sure. Alright. Oblivion Ring coming down. Guess I could have attacked with Banisher. No, that doesn't make any sense. Alright, let's take out Batterskull. And let's play Lingering Souls. And tap, or pass. Rowzera can bolt something too. They could bolt Banisher Priest just to make a 2-3 blocker. Yeah, I think I'm going to lose this game. Unless I can have them draw 4 cards out of nowhere. They're Kraken Mindstone. Yeah, they have no fear. They're trying to push in the win, I think. And just something like Snapcaster Cryptic should do the job. Because the prowess trigger is probably enough. That'd be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 damage. Yeah, they don't need too much here. Perk Trail to hit some creatures? Sure. Okay, so they are going to try to just win through pure damage here. Well, who knows? Maybe they make a mistake and they attack with everything. I get some blocks that benefit me. I don't see that happening, though. Oh, I'm just block. Alright, nice. Opponent just managed to outplay me that game with 1 life left. Every life matters, right? Yeah, they got me good that game. Collective Effort. This actually seems decent. They have, like, Banish and Light, Face Fetters. Definitely like that. Don't really love Martial Coup here. Mana Tithe seems not great. Leonin Relic Warder. What does this get? Gets their Mind Stone. Doesn't get too much else. Could bring in a Monastery Mentor of my own. Doesn't actually seem too bad. They have a lot of pinpoint removal. They don't have a lot of board wipes. What's not great here? Elspeth's always just going to be good. Amiria Angel, Resto. I especially like Restoration Angel and Flicker Wisp when they have Faith Fetters. Mirror Entity doesn't seem like it's going to go off here. Might just cut some more of these early game creatures, which is what I did last time. which being on the play, that's kind of whatever, but you know, if they have things like Monastery Mentor in their deck, they're not going to matter too much anyway. Sun Titan is just good, I guess. Banisher Priest is not great against this opponent, who has multiple ways to just deal 2 damage to it, Lightning Helix and Izzet Charm, stuff like that. So yeah, we'll go ahead and make this cut and see if we can outmaneuver a control deck. Might be a little hard for us. Turn 1 Mother Runes. If I draw a 2-drop, it's going to look fetch, but yeah, we'll go ahead and just drop Mother Runes, look to play Windbrisk Kites on turn 2, and maybe just Council's Judgment my opponent's first play. I don't need to play Windbrisk Kites on turn 1. And I'd rather have an active Mother of Runes against an opponent who has these charms and burn spells and whatnot. Not attacking either. Now we'll play Windbrisk Kites. See what we can get. Legion's Landing, Recruiter, Monastery Mentor, Emeria Angel. None of these are amazing hits off of something like this. But I guess Recruiter of the Guard can fetch up something to get me a better hit. Yeah, I guess Recruiter might be the best. 2 toughness or less. Monastery Mentor, Emeria Angel. Kind of like Emeria Angel the most. It's just the straight up strongest card. Last time I played one of these online, it was super finicky. That was Shelldock Isle. And I can't F6 through my opponent's turns. Wouldn't mind just hitting lands here, since I'm not casting anything. Ooh, actually, this would be quite bad if I don't draw anything at all. If I don't draw lands, this hand's not going to do much. Probably just Council's Judgment my opponent's first big play. Although they pass here with Spellqueller mana up, that's going to be super annoying. Might just not even play into a Spellqueller. Make them waste their turn if that's what they're doing. God, I need to hit a 4th land, like, pretty much right now. On my next turn. At least I have answers to a Consecrated Sphinx if it comes down. They will get some value. No. They can still cast it. Nope. I'll let them hold their Spellqueller if that's what they want to do. Sure. They're going to target Windbrisk Kites here. That's going to be super annoying. This hand started off very good. Oh, they're targeting Mother Runes? Oh, so they're going to try to kill it in response. Yeah, that they might go like Lightning Helix on this or something. Or not. Oh, Stagger Shock. Okay. Sure. Alright, we did draw Plains. The annoying thing being that they still have Spellqueller available, if that's what they want to do. So if I cast Resto and get it back, that's kind of annoying. I think I am still going to go for the Restoration Angel Ambush, possibly. Have like Remand and stuff like that. Doesn't mean they're not committing as much to the board if that's all they do. But I'd rather do something on my turn and maximize my mana when my draws have looked like this. Stagger Shock my face. Oh yeah, I can't really play that anyway into Stagger Shock. Yeah, we'll go and run out Resto. If they have Spellqueller, I have ways to deal with Spellqueller. So let it attack. Let's see what you got there, my friend. Yep, they're snapping off Spellqueller. It's fine, because if I can deal with Spellqueller, then I just get Resto anyway. I'm taking damage here in the meantime. Kraken Mindstone. Just looking to hit more land drops, I suppose. Nice. Alright, cool. So I want to take this turn to go ahead and just get rid of Spell Queller so that I can have my blocker up. And I can always cast Angel of Invention next turn. Doesn't maximize my mana well. Angel of Invention would be better at that, but I don't want to take too much in the air if they can deal with this Angel, and they certainly have ways to deal with it. So get rid of Spell Queller. Cast my Resto. Resto could actually... No, never mind. Resto only blinks creatures. And pass the turn. Opponent with 4 in hand. They play Consecrated Sphinx. I can Collective Effort it. Ooh, Dragonlord Ojutai. Well, we can deal with that with Council's Judgment. Could also deal with it with Swords to Plowshare. So I'll actually cast this now. Vote for Dragonlord Ojutai. Suck it, Hexproof. Could attack them for 3. I don't think I want to do that right now, actually. Could Swords to Plowshares as well, but I'd rather save that if they do drop Consecrated Sphinx. Batterskull. That's fine. Could actually Collective Effort that. It's a good draw, because now I can go Angel of Invention and Swords to Plowshares. Then they can't even really attack me with this. Could also Collective Effort here. I'd rather save that for another turn once I've got my guys out. And I could actually just put the counters on this. Gain some life back, but it might just still be better to get the servos here. Yeah. Then if they want to attack with the Germ, I might go like double block or something. I'll probably still just Swords to Plowshare whatever this Batterskull goes on. I'm hoping they put it on Riftwing Cloudskate. But if they just attack with Batterskull, I'll... 7. Oh god, Elesh Norn of your own, huh? What's the play here? So I think I might go Swords on the Germ. Actually, they're probably going to make a bad attack here with Riftwing Cloudskate. I can Swords Elesh Norn. I'll just take a hit for 4. And then I can go Collective Effort to kill Elesh Norn. Maybe even like Mirror Entity plus Collective Effort. Something along those lines. Yeah, so let Elesh Norn resolve. Let him attack with everything. Sure. So let's go and do this before blocks. Get rid of Elesh Norn. Same thing they did to me last game. And then kill off Riftwing Cloudskate. Damn, did they peel Elesh Norn off the top of their deck? 10 to 28. This is still an uphill struggle. Opponent's making me use my removal. Ooh, Elesh Norn of my own. I can't cast it, but what could Sun Titan get back here? Just Mother of Runes? Is that better than going like Mirror Entity, Collective Effort, attack you for 4? Probably better to just do this to get this thing off board. Unfortunately, this doesn't kill enchantments, so 2 modes. Destroy a big creature, put a 1/1 counter on each creature I control. Choose target creature, power 4 or greater. Choose target player. Wait, is it target player sacrifices? Oh no, put a target player. So target myself. Pay this. God, this is complicated. Tap Mirror Entity. There we go. And I get in for 4 this turn. Gotta deal with most creatures my opponent can suit up with that Batterskull. Hoping to just fog a couple turns here of them not having a creature. Man, they're just slamming stuff right away. Lightning Helix Mirror Entity. Okay, that works. That makes sense because that can start bashing for a lot of damage. Alright, Godless Shrine coming in. perhaps yeah, I guess just untap so I can attack for 6 this turn. I go down to 8. Sure. They might actually bounce Batterskull back to their own hand. Actually, it's kind of bad now, but I can Sun Titan back Mirror Entity, play Elesh Norn next turn, and just have a bunch of attackers up. Or Sun Titan back Mother of Runes. Yeah, you know what? I just paid 2 life for nothing. We're going to get back Mother of Runes here, I think. Tell you why in a second. I'm running low on time. I get in less damage this turn, but what I get to do is play Elesh Norn next turn and Sun Titan back Mirror Entity anyway. Plus now I have Mother of Runes active if they don't draw anything. Again, I need them just like fog a turn. Seriously, they have something in hand? What was that? What did they cast? Oh, they brought Batterskull back to their hand. Jeez, Flame Slash, are you kidding me? They're just drawing the nuts every 5 seconds. Their deck is so good against ours. Alright, well, Gideon's good. Gideon's good. But Elesh Norn is going to be better here. Since I can just attack into this dumb germ. For 14. Sun Titan going to go ahead and get back. Just Mother of Runes again. Yep. They're going to take this hit, I think. Go down to 9. And they're in trouble now if they don't rip again. All right, we got it. With 9 minutes on the clock. Oh, geez, this is a tough matchup. They have so much good removal. Leonin Relic Warder does make me want Batterskull more, but it's also really bad if they just kill that creature. And I already took out Banisher Priest for the same kind of reason. Parallax Wave can get rid of creatures temporarily, but it's not a permanent answer. I also have to play a faster game here, which is not good for me. Maybe I want Mana Tithe. Just to interact with them. Maybe I want Mana Tithe. Land Tax or something like that. Is there anything that's bad? Council's Judgment does deal with 2 of their very problematic cards. Dragon Lord Ojutai, Consecrated Sphinx, blah blah blah. Their deck is so good. I think I just keep as is. I could shave off 1 big creature on the top end, but they're all pretty good. Angel of Vengeance probably just the worst. Mirror Entity doesn't seem like it's going to steal me games out of nowhere. So maybe I cut that and bring in... Could bring in like Day of Judgment, just a way to deal with things, or Martial Coup. They're going to have a hard time dealing with a big thing. You know what? Martial Coup actually seems decent here. So let's go... Taking out Mirror Entity seems so silly, but I think it's the right thing to do. Maybe not. This is such a tough decision. Alright, Mirror Entity requires that my game already be going very, very well in order for it to be good, and I need to play a tight game here. So, Legion's landing on turn 1 is nice. I also like the collective effort. And a pass. Okay. I like Solemn into Elesh Norn. See if they want to use a removal spell on a vampire token. Jeez, Cloudskate again? They've just had that every game. Say no. Not doing much in this early game here, though. I guess I'm saying Cloudskate again, but they did happen to draw pretty much their entire deck in game 1. Chart of Course, probably looking for a land, I think. Discard Island. They found Island. No red source right now. Ooh, Emeria Angel's nice. Not playing anything this turn, which is super annoying. It's kind of an important turn, because they're just going to kill that vampire token with Riftwing Cloudscape. Probably play Solemn on the next turn, although Emeria Angel into Solemn's pretty nice. If I play Emeria Angel, they're going to bounce it with Cloudscape. That can get Steam Vents for them. Probably going to Cryptic me here, so be careful what I play. That I would rather run into a Cryptic or a Spell Queller. If it's a spell queller, then I want to attack before combat so that they don't have a blocker up. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to get Cryptic Commanded here. Oh no, they let that resolve. Maybe I go get Mother of Runes here then. Something I can just cast right now. Yeah, let's get Mother of Runes. That should prompt out a removal spell or something, and I just want my opponent to use up their cards, basically. Alright, let's see what Riftwing Cloudskate does here. That or they could just not have Cryptic. It's a possibility. You can't always have it, right? Alright, here comes your stupid Hasty Flyer. Probably just kills the Vampire token. Maybe Mother of Runes if they want to use removal next turn. Yes, yes, yes. That comes down. Alright, gets rid of the lifelink token. Sure. At least it's not bouncing a land or anything. And they're going to Izzet Charm Mother of Runes? Oh, Arc Trail. Kill both my guys. Nice. Just getting blown out left and right. Forgot they had Arc Trail in their deck. I'm probably going to play Emeria Angel, and hopefully it doesn't get remanded. And then play a land after that. I feel really silly if this is Spell Pierce or something, but if it resolves, getting the extra bird is worthwhile. Come on, opponent. I will play a Plains and just pass the turn. Alright, see if they have a 6-drop here. They're tapping pretty quickly. Batterskull. Alright, so what do we do about... Don't play that yet. Let's think about this for a moment. I can play Emeria Angel Plains. I can go Anafenza, Collective Effort, kill your Germ. Well, that all seems bad. Because what happens if they boot up Riftwing Cloud? I actually hope they boot up Riftwing Cloudskate. It costs 3 to equip, 5 to equip. Because then it'd be better for Collective Effort to kill off an actual creature, plus their Germ would be dead, and it uses most of their turn. I think I'm just going to go Emeria Angel, Plains, Anafenza. I already know about the Angel too, so there's a little bit of value there. And if the Angel survives, that makes Solemn a little bit better later on. Go and play Plains, get the bird, get the Anafenza. And I think having the bird is probably better than just having another counter on Anafenza. I could have sequenced it the other way around and just had 2 3/3s on board. But let's see what they do. 7 mana, here comes Elesh Norn to ruin my day again. Just going to take a million. Yep. My opponent's had a very ideal draw. Alright, so I can go O-Ring plus Collective Effort. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't do both these things, so I'm going to cast O-Ring to take out Batterskull and Collective Effort to take out Elesh Norn, and probably just keep Emeria Angel up, to be honest. At this point, my opponent's got to be running out of gas, right? You have so many good just, like, draw spells. Yeah, take out Batterskull. Collective Effort, destroy Elesh Norn. And the Germ's still around because of Elesh Norn. That's funny. And I don't think I can just trade 3 damage for 2 when they're at 22 and I'm at 9. Let's see, they have 3 cards in hand here. Just a million removal spells in their deck. I am a turn away from casting an Elesh Norn, and I can always go Solemn into Elesh Norn, so let's see what comes next. I've used up all my removal. This looks like maybe a compulsive research. Banish and Light, take out O-Ring, or take out Emeria Shepherd. Alright, take out the Shepherd. Fine with that. So that does mean if I get to go Elesh Norn, I get to just kill their guy, and I'd rather them not have this stupid, whatchamacallit back. That's a good draw for a later turn. I can't cast this, so yep, we'll go ahead and burn the Solemn, get a Plains. Next turn, hopefully not have to fight through a counterspell to cast this Elesh Norn. Oh my god. That was a cryptic command? Oh, a repeal on Oblivion Ring. Alright, they're gonna equip to Riftwing Cloudscape. Is that the plan? I mean, this doesn't trample. I'm gonna block. God, this is so bad. My opponent's just crushing me left and right. It's kind of embarrassing how bad I'm getting eaten here. Yep. Draw Sun Titan. So probably lead off with O-Ring. They have 2 in hand. 1 in hand. Could it be a cryptic? Alright, I don't mind hitting just a plains there. 8 mana, I think I gotta go like O-Ring, Batterskull, Council's Judgment, your flyer. That seems so bad. Sun Titan can get back not much here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to just see if I draw out something with this O-Ring. Go and hit Batterskull again. Oh, jeez. That's so bad for me. Why did I do that? I forgot they could just bounce that. All right, now I'm going to have to vote for their guy to kill it. Otherwise, they can play it, equip it, and kill me. All right, pass back to you. Back to you. This is Consecrated Sphinx. Jeez, my opponent's draws have been just insane. Grim Lavamancer. That's kind of annoying, actually. I mean, it's going to die to Elesh Norn here. Maybe something. And they're just drawing into more cards. I think we're going to lose this. We're losing on pretty much every axis now. Let's see. Sun Titan can get Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp can hit Sun Titan to get back like Anna Fenzer or Mother of Runes. Think just have to play Elesh Norn to not die. And then they can go Batterskull plus Equip and just deal 6 to me. Yeah, they're going to kill me here if they just play it out and equip Batterskull to Consecrated Sphinx. Geez, my opponent's deck is insanely good. Oh no, Compulsive. Huh. Why not actually kill me, though? Alright. Needle Spires is something to watch out for, too. Oh, okay, they had Lightning Helix. I'll see y'all in match 3. Alright, y'all. We are 1-1, trying to make back our play points right now. How do I feel about this hand? Decent. If it draws a 3rd land, it's going to be pretty good. Just 1-drop, 2-drop, and removal spells, plus, something to look forward in the late game. So I'll go and keep. We got kind of manhandled in the last game by just no-nonsense creatures and removal spells. 2 for 1 to every step of the game. Very frustrating match from my perspective, but that is what you do when you sign up for one of these cubes. Badlands. And nothing to play. Sweet. I'm going to hold off on the Godless Shrine as long as I can, as long as I have stuff to play, so they might come a turn where I draw another 2-drop, I don't have to shock myself, or I just draw into more planes and never have to take 2. Plus, I don't have to show my opponent that I have a black card. So Seeker of the Way is going to come down, and we're just going to ship it back here. Strange to see Badlands no play. Overgrown Tomb, so something Jundi. And nothing to follow up. See, now we don't even have to take damage. Although, that's stupid, because I guess this is a good turn to actually get the Godless Shrine down. Watch me draw Hero Bladehold next turn. I was just checking there to see if Council's Judgment could hit a land, because I might actually do it on Overgrown Tomb if I had that opportunity. Not adding to the board this turn is not good, though. Especially when we have a ton of 3-drop creatures. Because we would love to flip this Legion's Landing, and I think now we're going to have to kind of fight for that. Delta. It's going to be 5-color nonsense. Soccer Tri-Voter. All right, free block. It's pretty nice. Cool. Not punished. I am going to play Godless Shrine this turn, though. Again, not adding to the board, which is not great. And I'll happily trade this Vampire for Soccer Tri-Voter if that's what they want to do. Can't imagine why they would want to do that. So block here. Take 1. I don't think I've put enough pressure on my opponent to be happy with how this match is going so far, especially since they're going up to 5. Yeah, it's just like some multicolor monstrosity. Maybe there was like some legitimate another target non-land permanent. Never mind. I was thinking maybe there's a reason to just cast Oblivion Ring, pump this, get in 4 damage this turn instead of 1. But they would have, if they sacked it in response, I would have to target something. I'd probably just get rid of my Legion's Landing. Probably not what we want to do. Oh, okay. So the opponent just has straight up 5 colors. See what they do with that here. Karmic Guide currently doesn't have anything to get back, and I have 2 removal spells, which is nice. The Scarab God. Alright, we're going to O-ring that one. Oh no, this one exiles? Alright, we're going to exile that, I believe. Seems right. Could also Banisher Priest it. I like that option least. Actually, you know what? Banisher Priest does get me to Legion's Landing. Although they deal with it, and they can activate this in the same turn. It's very unlikely they're going to be able to deal with Banisher Priest and use this ability when they get Scarab God back. It's still probably just safe to Council's Judgment. This actually gets me a point of damage in. I'm going to go for the play that could get me to Legion's Landing next turn. Although this does give him the Scarab God back eventually. It's a little bit of a loose play. All right. What? Slaughter Pact. Of course. I didn't even know this was in the cube. Opponent does have to tap 3 mana here, though. Alright, I was like, what just happened? So they Slaughter Pacted Seeker. Oh, man. I did not know the card was in the cube, to be honest. Probably wouldn't have played around it there. Would have gone for the Council's Judgment for sure, but... Wow, that's annoying. Those of you who might not know, this kills a non-black creature for 0 mana. You just have to pay 3 mana on your next upkeep, or you lose the game. I wish I knew that was in the cube, though. Well, now I know. That's bad for me, though. They just got to eat both my guys. I mean, I guess I have Karmic Guide to get, Banisher Priest back. I'm not going to get Slaughter Pacted again. And it's good to know about that card. Yep, get the hits. Get beat on here. Recruiter of the Guard. I'm not going to go for another risky play and try to Karmic Guide some, because if they untap with this, having access to my creatures is so bad. I'm just going to go for Council's Judgment, see if they have a removal spell, or a counter spell. And just get in for 1 while I can. I got blown out so hard. Alright. And now they get to untap with the full amount of mana. Although now I feel a little bit better about going like Karmic Guide, get back Banisher Priest or something like that. Plus, Pro Black might be relevant against this opponent who has shown us a black card and a black creature. Could also go Recruiter of the Guard, Flicker Wisp, since I don't have to get anything back here. Let's see if I get got by some dumb flash creature here. Don't know what my opponent's doing with their domain deck. Alright, Recruiter of the Guard. Cool, that's just resolving. Yeah, I guess it's not worth really countering this. Oh, I could get Solemn. I'd rather get something I can just play here. Mirror Entity could win the game if my opponent has straight up nothing, but we'll do the Flicker Wisp play. Since if this resolves, I just get another card and a 3-power creature on board. And this is probably going to get Angel of Invention. Ooh, opponent's going to kill Recruiter in response. Terminate Recruiter, sure. Alright, don't mind him using Terminate on the 1-1 when I already got value off the 3-1. Or rather, I didn't really get value, and now I have a 3-power flyer on board. Karmic Guide can also get back Recruiter. Monastery Mentor. Okay. Well, I lost to that once during this matchup. And Maelstrom Pulse Flicker Wisp. So my opponent's just removal spells and cards. Alright. They get a 1-1. They kill my Flicker Wisp. It's fine, I suppose. And, ooh, Hero Bladehold is nice. Maybe I just want to go Karmic Guide here. Problem with... Ooh, actually, Karmic Guide can get back Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp can hit Karmic Guide. Karmic Guide can get back Recruiter. On end step, Recruiter can go get just, I don't know, Angel of Invention or something. Then I have to worry about the Echo cost. Or I could just play Hero Bladehold and try smashing my opponent. Or maybe I go Flicker Wisp, Karmic Guide, get back, Banisher Priest, Monastery Mentor, or just the Monk token to kind of keep them off making a big board or something. I kind of like this Karmic Guide play. Even if I don't pay Echo next turn, this is just a lot of value. So this will get back old Flicker Wisp. One of my favorite cards. Flicker Wisp will flicker the Karmic Guide. Go to end step and I guess get back Banisher Priest. Yeah, let's just hit Monastery Mentor. I mean, there's no point going for the weaker creature. I'd rather my opponent, like, just force my opponent to show me that they have more removal spells. And if they use the removal spell, they don't get a monk token off of that one. Also, if they, like, try to pump this monk and attack, I'll probably just trade Karmic Guide off so that I don't have to worry about Echo cost or anything like that. Because right now I'm tempted to play Echo just to flip Legion's Landing. I could have played that last turn a bunch of different ways, though. Banishing Light. I assume this is going to hit Banisher Priest. Okay. Note that I can O-ring the Banishing Light to get back my Banisher Priest, if that's a thing I want to do. The monk did not attack. Let's pay Echo. Nice. And let's just attack here and pass the turn. Opponent's letting me go to attack, so Adanto's transforming. And I'll just pass back and take whatever hit I need to take on the following turn. They can eat this 1-1. Yeah, this is all fine. Opponent goes down to 6, too. Plus, you only have to pay Echo the turn after Karmic Guide comes in, so I'm kind of free to roll some of these spells. I can play Hero plus Oblivion Ring next turn. Something big coming down here. Treachery on Flicker Wisp, sure. Treachery is kind of an annoying card. It's not really the worst thing that could happen right now, though. I'd rather them take Flicker Wisp than something else. Now the right play might be to Oblivion Ring Banishing Light, get back Banisher Priest, and take out Flicker Wisp. That way I can trade off Banisher Priest and get Flicker Wisp back, because the Flicker Wisp will come back in under my control. The annoying thing about Treachery is basically a free spell. Alright, what else you got, opponent? Something else. Mirari's Wake. Oh, that's actually kind of gross. I'm going to take a lot of damage this turn. Can take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage this turn. This is all going to happen. Ooh, Mother Runes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Could also just play Elspeth and start plussing. That seems bad against Flicker Wisp, though. I think what I want to do is go Oblivion Ring, Hero, Blade Hold. Oblivion Ring, get rid of Banishing Light. Maybe just get rid of Mirari's Wake, attack my opponent for 2. Play Hero, Blade Hold. Also play Elspeth plus Mother Runes and just make a bunch of guys. Block, block, block. Kind of want to attack my opponent this turn. Yeah, let's go ahead and do my first thought there. O-Ring, the Banishing Light. Get back my Banisher Priest. Banisher Priest is going to exile my own Flicker Wisp. Could just take out tokens here, but now I can trade Banisher Priest off pretty easily. Get Flicker Wisp back and kill a token that way. I'm going to attack for 2. I guess my opponent has double mana next turn, but with 1 card plus 1 draw step, I should be fine. Who knows? Opponent's shown me some really weird stuff this game. And if I die, I die. Alright, pass it back. So opponent has infinite mana and big creatures. Eight mana? That's a lot of mana. I guess if they get rid of Hero Blade Hold, that's pretty bad for me. Frost Titan? Well, that is actually kind of gross. That's going to lock down Banisher Priest, I imagine. Doesn't give him a pump, though, which is relevant. Also, Elspeth can come down and just kill that. Do have to watch out for Rage and Ravine, though. And they're out of cards, so... I mean, they might throw away a guy here to get in a bunch of damage. Let's see what our draw is. Ooh, Mirror Entity. Well, when this attacks, it can tap something down. I like kind of playing 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just going to go Elspeth plus. What happens if I attack? Make 2 guys. No, that's pretty bad. Got Elspeth plus Mother Runes. We're going to have to send a lot of stuff at Elspeth. I could go Elspeth minus as well. Just take out Frost Titan. And then do they die to Hero Blade Hold? No. But I can attack them for 2. I could also go Mirror Entity, hold up Adanto or something along those lines. I think this turn involves playing Elspeth in some regard. Kind of want to kill Frost Titan too, since if I just don't attack here, it doesn't do too much. Yeah. Although if I survive next turn Mirror Entity, could I have just killed my opponent with Mirror Entity? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I could have just played Mirror Entity and activated it for 4. Bummer. All right, Elspeth it is. They're gonna have to send. Yeah, he's gonna just have to send a bunch of dudes at Elspeth anyway. He gets basically 1 turn here. Otherwise, I get to do the same play I just missed out on. And I would like to not die to my opponent, so let's make a bunch of dudes and just pass the turn. They have a draw step here. They can tap down hero, attack with a bunch of stuff to try and kill Elspeth. I can block majority of it, and they just say sure. They probably just drew a land that turn, is what that looks like. Collective Effort has targets here. Mirari's Wake, Frost Titan, Treachery. These are all great targets. So Collective Effort on the side. What was that card we... Oh, it was the Scarab God. It's a pretty good card here. Doesn't really do anything. You know what I don't want to get got by is Slaughter Pact. I might bring Mana Tithe in on the play, but not on the draw. The rest of the stuff is just kind of fine. Elspeth, or not Elspeth, Elesh Norn seems great here. What did we bring out before? Banisher Priest? Skymarch Aspirant, much worse on the draw. I guess it's still fine. Just not a very good top deck. Yeah, I can't believe I missed that play. As much as I played Mirror Entity, which I have played quite a bit. Oh, and the battery's dying. All right, let's just go ahead and figure out something to cut here. Yeah, let's go and take out the little 1-drop Dirtly dude. Maybe bring that back in on the draw or on the play. Hey, we drew a swamp. Wow, that swamp is punishing us with the Anafenza in her hand. Do we keep this? Any land I draw is going to be a white source. I'm going to keep. Just going to risk it. I need to draw a land within the first 3 turns, basically. Ideally, right away. I'm playing a 1-drop here. Just snapping off Polluted Delta. They're going to Thoughtseize me or something? I think I'd be fine with that. No, they're going to play, ooh, Noble Hierarch. Okay. That is unexpected. Perfect. All right, Plains is great. Now I can cast literally everything in my hand except Sun Titan, plus I have the Lingering Souls back up, and I get to curve out 2/3. Granted, my opponent has already fixed their mana significantly, and they are a turn ahead of me here. Attack me for 1. I like when I get attacked by Noble Hierarchs. It means I'm not getting curved out on. Things I have to watch out for: Maelstrom Pulse, which is really good against Lingering Souls. Slaughter Pact can just kind of get me at any point. Not too bad. I like the opponent's mana base of all fetch lands and shock lands. And dual lands. Blood Moon. 4-drop. Or something. Nope, this is a 4-drop. Ooh, good Elspeth. Might just Council's Judgment that. Make it not a problem. Yeah, I think I should get rid of that. Although, then what if they play something like the Scarab God? I guess I have Banisher Priest for that. Target creature gets +3/+3. Would like to build out my board too, but I guess I can attack it for 3 with Banish. If I play Banisher Priest, get rid of Soldier. Nah. All right. Let's go ahead and just exile this. I die to that Elspeth a lot, and if I can't pressure it too much, it's going to get me. So I'll vote here. You may vote for anything different if you would like. And yeah, I'm going to hit you back here, since they can just attack with that Soldier and hit through my Anafenza. I'm not blocking with it anyway. Next turn, Psalm ought to be good. I can put another counter on Anafenza, go ramp ahead, set up Sun Titan on turn 5. It's assuming I draw a 6th land. If not, I go Lingering Souls plus Flashback. Another 4-mana play, Harmonize. Cool. I mean, that's good for the opponent. They're not under too much pressure, but it's also good for me because it means my opponent's probably not building out their board much this turn. Or they're playing a 1 black spell. They're going to Thoughtseize me? No, I keep saying Thoughtseize, and then they keep playing Elves. Deathrite Shaman. Pretty good. Fixes their mana even more. So let's go Solemn. Go ahead and put a counter on Anafenza. Go get a land. Yes. Get that Plains. And I get to choose since they're tied. Alright, bash the opponent for 3. They could play something like a Frost Titan next turn. I mean, they could play a 7-drop next turn. They have plenty of mana. Banisher Priest, their next big play, I think. If they deal with that, Sun Titan back the Banisher Priest. So we have plays as well. Again, this is the type of deck where it's kind of a hodgepodge, so what I want to do is run them out of cards and then try to outvalue them with something like Sun Titan or 2-for-1 them into Oblivion. Like if they play Mirari's Wake here, that'd be pretty good. Terminate? Oh, please terminate my Solemn. No. That's sad. Well, I guess Deathrite Shaman's pretty good against Sun Titan. Alright, and what's the follow-up? Hanger back for 2. Alright. I like that play. That's a nice little Banisher Priest target. Ooh, Resto as well. Yeah, I don't mind Banisher Priest in that. I can cast Lingering Souls in the same turn. Because if this comes back, it just dies automatically, so there's nothing fancy they can do with it. Go and get rid of you. Basically, just a free kill spell. Attack with Solemn, cast Lingering Souls, pass the turn. Ooh, actually, Resto can even blink Banisher Priest to take out another creature. Temporarily, of course. And sure, ship it back. Alright, I think we've got an edge up on them, plus the 2 cards in my hand are quite good, but they could have literally anything. Alright, I do not care about Chromatic Lantern. What that does do is let them tap faster. They can literally just tap their lands for anything. Actually, it might make it worse. I think it just gives your lands 6 abilities, and you have to choose from them. Exile Lingering Souls. Right, I guess they can do that. Does mean I get to freely cast this Sun Titan to get back Anafenza now. Kind of happy with that. Sure, I'll take 2. Not too worried about that. Decision time is whether or not I keep up Resto or cast Sun Titan. I'm probably just going to cast Sun Titan. Kind of hoping they use a removal spell on Banisher Priest right now. That wouldn't actually make sense. Oh, Maelstrom Pulse the Spirits. I mean, sure. This is all fine right now. This is all fine. So if I go Sun Titan now... Oh, Anafenza doesn't trigger off herself. Anafenza has not been super impressive here. Yep, get Anafenza back. Shaboom. And I can freely attack with both of my guys. See if I get Slaughter Pacted. Be fine with that, actually. Pretty far ahead here. If my opponent plays either of these little creatures, I can just get it back with Sun Titan. If I get to untap, I can even protect Sun Titan with Resto. Nice. Alright, well, we made our play points back. Not the most interesting matches, but we did get completely crushed in that second round. It was it was brutal. But I hope you enjoyed the draft as always, and I like Legacy Cube. One thing to kind of keep in mind before you go is Masters 25 will be coming out in about a week and a half, and I'll be doing draft videos, of course, but I'm going to try to get out a little bit of a primer video ahead of time, just kind of like something to take into your first draft. So be on the lookout for that. And as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with other people so we can get some notoriety. I don't know. Whatever. I hope you enjoyed the Legacy Cube draft. Hopefully we'll get to do some more, and I'll see y'all next time.